Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to speak on it again. We're going to talk about some things that's going on that we're calling signs of the times. But before we get started, I need you to, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the post notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. I just ask you to do that. It helps the algorithm so that the videos can reach others. So thank you for your help. I appreciate you. So, all right, let's talk about some things that's been going on. Okay, I'm not an expert, and this is just my opinion about what's going on in this world, but let's talk about it. All right. So listen, you know, the last time we were here on a PSA, we talked about the things that were going on in Ohio, right? Well, they are dumping the waste of the water and the soil. So far, Texas and Michigan are getting that dumped to them. And from what I understand, they weren't like informed and gave permission. And then you have to think, when these toxic waste was being transported from Ohio to Michigan and Texas on the highways, they were in trucks. And none of us knew that this hazardous material was passing us on the highway. What if that had turned over? What kind of mess would that have created? Okay, but from what I understand, the new states, according to the EPA, are not going to be able to block the waste from coming to their areas. Okay, according to the EPA, states are not going to be able to block Ohio train derailment waste from coming to their area. So I think that's pretty sad. Plus, new data shows that the soil in East Palestine chemical spill contains dioxin levels hundreds times greater than the exposure's threshold, above which EPA scientists found even in a 2010 situation that happened that posed cancer risk. And I'm quoting here. It says, "They are not screaming high, but we have confirmed that dioxins are in East Palestine's soil," according to Linda Birnbaum. She continues, "The EPA must test the soil in the area more broadly." Okay, those poor people are going through it. They're fighting for their lives there. Norfolk is in charge of the cleanup, and then the EPA is supervising them. There should have probably been an independent company coming in to do that. The very people who caused it are the very people who are responsible for cleaning it up. Does that make sense to you? So you have to ask yourself, what is the cause of so many derailments? Because there have been so many train derailments. Well, there was another one a couple of days ago. Well, from this video, I don't know, but 316, there was a couple, all right, a derailment in Hardin County, Kentucky. The week before that, there was 3 in one day. One didn't have chemical problems or poisons, but 2 of them did. The BNSF had to clean up contaminated soil after a freight train derailed 3,100 of diesel spilled. 3,100 tons or pounds, I guess, of diesel spilled. There was 1,475 derailments since 2005 to 2021. 1,475 train derailments that I didn't hear about between those times, but a few. I heard of a few of them, but I didn't hear about most of them. And since 2023, there's been a dozen train derailments this year. All right, so we think about that. what is going on? Well, what about the floods all over the world? Do you know? Remember the earthquake that happened in Turkey? Well, they just recently had some flooding. There was flooding in Peru. There was a cyclone Freddy that hit Malawi, Mozambique, Madagascar, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. The hardest hit was Malawi and Mozambique. What about the things that are going on as far as job losses? Now, I want us to just think about this, and I'm going to conclude reason why we're talking about it, because we got to keep these things that are happening. They're not coincidences. Job losses. There was 1.3 million this year predicted. 1.3 million jobs are to this year going to be lost. That's the prediction. Facebook and Instagram, which are the same owners, 11,000 were laid off in November 2022. And I forget how many Twitter laid off, okay? But that was a big one as well when Musk took over. So there are more job losses coming. So that means our recession, okay? More job losses are coming. And it's the big tech, Amazon. They've already started. Microsoft, Google, IBM, SAP, Salesforce, Facebook, more. Okay? 2023, 60,000 lost jobs. 2023, 60,000 lost jobs. 6 to 10 companies will likely lay off employees. 6 out of 10 companies are more than likely will be laying off employees. Think about, okay, so we talked about the derailments, those natural disasters, unemployment, wars. There's always a war going on between countries that we don't hear about. You know, the news, they give us a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but they keep us focused on things that will be more distracting. But we're in a proxy war with Russia through Ukraine. Look at the billions, and I say billions with a B, dollars that were printed and given to a country that's not even a part of NATO to fight Russia. Why are we doing that? Why aren't the European countries that are around Ukraine doing it? What do we have to do with that war? Okay, there's an agenda. There's always an agenda. And when they start dogging a man and start saying he's this, he's that, personally attacking him, like we've seen in the past, then we know something's up. All right, what about global warming? I know that some people say they believe in global warming, not that they don't know about CERN and HAARP. They don't know about weather manipulation. Even the late President Kennedy talked about it before he died, weather manipulation. Okay, and just like they didn't allow any scientists on the other side of the subject of global warming. You couldn't discuss it. Just like they wouldn't allow doctors on the other side of this pandemic issue to be discussed. Now that the truth is coming out, now people are seeing that, wait a minute, it was our government that was manipulating things on Twitter, manipulating the thought that people could have. It was only one narrative and one narrative only. Okay? Well, while that might be the case, but guess what? Pfizer's documents show that they had evidence that they knew about the risk of myocarditis. They knew it when they started with their, they knew it. Well, and look about we talk about inflation in the banks. Look what happened a few weeks ago, or whenever this video's up, about the 3 banks that failed, and then the government coming in saying they were going to make them whole no matter what. Wait a minute. The FDIC has a cap of $250,000. So if you got any kind of money, you should be spreading your money out throughout the country in different banks if you got, because it's up to that amount. Well, the bank in Silicon Valley Bank, they had depositors of millions because it was Silicon Valley rich people that was putting their money there. You're going to make them whole above the 250,000? What? How does that happen? Print more money. Okay? Which is, if you can print money like that, wouldn't you think of with a country that has 31, almost 32 trillion dollars in debt, you pay off your debt? Just print the money and pay off your bills. That's like, what? Doesn't make sense. Okay? But there's a create a crisis and then bring in the solution. Chaos, order out of chaos. That's what they want. All right? And the CBDC is a system that will come in will have us as a cashless society. That means that they will be able to control your everything. Okay? And you heard Klaus Schwab say it. He's of the IMF. He said, "Oh, you won't own anything and you'll be happy." I don't know anybody that was in slavery that was happy. And I know my ancestors weren't, okay? Just so you know, nobody's happy when they're enslaved like that. And what's another problem? Another problem is artificial intelligence. Elon Musk has said that dealing with AI is like summoning demons. That's what he said. But I know if someone told me years ago when this was first happening, quantum computers and things of that nature, that it seemed demonic. You know, this might be opening portals, because I saw on Twitter some thing wanted you to follow her. It was a computer person. You know, it was a bot. Yeah, that's what they call it. It was a bot. And she was like, "You want to talk to somebody? Come follow me. Let us have conversation. If you're lonely or you're going to talk, let me tell y'all something. You better find a relationship with the Most High Yah and His Son, because if you're lonely, you can talk to them, okay? They can be your companion and friend, not some robot." But anyway, I just wanted to come here and share with you that little thought. But let me read something to you right quick. And I guess this is in terms of, I'm going to read Mark, because we're talking about signs of the times and things that are going on. This is Mark 13, and I'm going to read verse 7, and it says, "And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet." It's coming, okay? But it's not yet. I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to be troubled, but I want you to be wise as a serpent and harmless as doves, and be preparing, because the end is near, okay? And Daniel 12 verse 4 says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, knowledge shall increase." If you think computers or something, remember when they first started key punching and the big computers, they would fill up a room and they were hot and they were so big. And then we got the desktop computer. Now the desktop personal computer. And then now we've got the laptop. Now we've got the tablets and cell phones. We think that's something AI is going to be off the chain different. Knowledge has increased. But as a result of that, it's going to bring in an end to things. Let me just go to Matthew 24. I love this verse. Matthew 24, and we're going to read verse 37 to 39. I used to know I used to sing this verse, but I'm not gonna do that with you. I'm just gonna read it. Okay, Matthew 24, 37 to 39. It says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. That means, just like Noah's time, all kinds of things were happening. It was probably about 1 billion people on the face of the earth at the time. These people were very intelligent. All kinds of crossings, things that was blotting out the image of God in man. What's happening now? It's like they're trying to blot out the image of God in man. Everything's fluid. Everything can be anything. It's just like it was in the days of Noah. Things will be going on. People will be ignoring the signs of the times. People will think videos like this, that a person like me might be crazy. Nothing's going to happen, So just like that, we're going to be seeing all these things happening. And then for some, Jesus will come and it'll be as a surprise. It won't be for his children, but for some, it's going to be a surprise. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk about these things because things are happening. They're happening soon and fast. So we want to be prepared. We want to be awake unto our own condition. That means we need a connection with the Most High Yah and his Son so that we can be carried through these terrible times, because the whole world will wander after the beast. The whole world will worship Satan. And we can see this thing pushing people. And especially, it's not just religion, as it were. It's particularly true Christianity. I say true Christianity that's being attacked. True followers will be attacked because most of these churches are going along with the alphabet soup agenda. I mean, they're just, this cancel culture is crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about that. I love for you to please hit the thumbs up. I'm going to ask you to do that again. But until we meet again at the next video, may the grace and peace of God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Shalom.